Like, we had some issues. We didn't own anything. Me and Brian didn't own anything. And we killed ourselves for that video. And we weren't seeing anything. It got pretty frustrating to the point where we were just like, hey, we're gonna do our own thing because we don't really care about like all that, the rambling.
I'm just not in the aspect of competition with humans. Between human to human competition between each other is not a good thing because it tries to make one person better than another, and I don't believe any two people are better than one another. Competitive nature is in everybody. That's just how we're brought up in this world, man.
That's how kids communicate, is through video. There's more kids in our industry that make videos than any other industry. There's more creativity in our industry because kids are so hungry.
I talk to other black skaters, we're totally on the same level. You know, I get the same things that he does. You know, you go to a skate park and some people, you know, they think just because you're black, you're not any good, you know, and it's just totally wrong. It's weak that it's like that, but with a lot of the names coming up, a lot of the popular names are, you know, are black skaters, and that's just paving the way for other ones to come up.
All right, we're gonna teach you young bucks how to go from the handrail. Go fast, lean back, hope for the best. Try not to hit your shin because that hurts a lot. That's why I never used to like negatives until I learned them. Everybody hates them for some reason, but it's a part of skating, man.
Like, everyone has their own style, and there's no way to, you can't even really judge it, you know? It's not judgeable because it's just their own art.
Yeah, I know, man. You guys gotta understand, man. When I was a little kid, dude, you don't even know. Dude, East Coast, we played hockey, we jumped off ramps, and we watched football. Video Group, Video Magazine, The Hub. Right now we're watching the Eagles game. Yeah, we're still going. Well, it's about ready to be halftime. I actually was born in Manchester, Connecticut, but lived in Kansas City for 5 years when I was a little kid, and in '76 moved to Philadelphia. Philadelphia skate scene was pretty much nothing. Skated with my brother and skateboarders in the city. Had to do some thug stuff to skate Love Park with those guys. I remember front-siding the 12-stair square in the front just to be able to ride Love Park with them that day. I can trace my roots back to really skiing when I was 5. Not just skiing down the hill, like jumping shit. 360s off, train-to-train gaps, little goalie shoot passes, and skiing the back bowls with all the big guys. So we got into that, and skateboarding and BMXing, and rollerblading didn't even come out until I was 22, so I got real late kind of style. I went to a skate park in Pittsburgh, and my friend was like, you gotta come in, bring your blades. You guys play deck hockey a lot. You should, you know, instead of skateboard, you should try rollerblading on the ramps and whatever. Hung out with my friends who I skateboarded with. I started filming my rollerblades, and they were like, man, you can film so good on your rollerblades. You should stick with that. Like, keep pushing with me. I'm like, yeah, man, you can follow, go downstairs, jump with people, way smoother, less noisy, way more agile on your follow cam, and that's why I think drew me to Groove, because Sean Tomlin and Morgan are infamous for their follow cam, and you know, and the first video was out, and you know, everyone was like, whoa, Chris Edwards, blah blah blah. So I sent the tape to them. That's how I got here. I mean, there is real good coverage of people who deserve it, but if you want to make it in skating, you have to come to California. California is the capital of skating. There's no doubt about it. It's all year weather. The best kids, the best spots are here. Not to say shouldn't be coverage all around the world, because there should be, and it should be balanced. But you gotta live in the real world. If you're gonna sit there and complain, then do something about it. If you're just happy with representing your city, then stay in there and do it and have fun, and you know, and we'll see you when we come through. You know what I mean? Because if you're serious about it, you're passionate about it, you gotta realize you gotta come here. Especially for video, it's getting better because so many more kids have cameras and are getting coverage in. And I think on the video end, it's easier to spread out the coverage. As is print, there's not as many good photographers and people can shoot quality photos to get out there. So I think with video, it's easier, but with print, for sure, you got to come to Cali. That's how kids communicate, is through video. There's more kids in our industry that make videos than any other industry. There's more creativity in our industry because kids are so hungry, and it's not been around for so long, so kids are continually pushing and affecting each other. That's why I feel it's really important to stay in touch with all the guys who do what I do in my industry, to the smallest to the biggest. I try and stay in touch with them because they influence me too. The ceiling is endless on what's happening because my stuff has already changed. Each time I put out a new issue, it's changing with the technology. Like with 19, we use still 16, Super 8, and digital all in the same opener, and that's the first time I've ever done that in a sequential, organized system like that, where we had shots of the digital with the film, and that just shows the progression too within myself and affecting the people around me. Rolling is going to be the first real big push outside of our own little clique of the skating world that will really have a major effect, and you'll actually see it maybe with people that don't even skate. Because they're going to play the game and they don't skate, but they're going to see the movements and be like, oh, I know trick names because they pop up on the screen, and you know, we all play other sports, other video games, you know, you get into it, it's a little fake world, it's a little escapism. Rage is incorporating the industry and all the companies that really mean and take a part in the everyday business workings of the industry, and by putting money and putting exposure and to the right people, it's changing rollerblading for so much for the better, because now that the companies that are starting rollerblading, these are companies that, let's rewind real quick. Let's rewind 10 years where no skater could walk up to someone or even a friend to get seed money to make a skate. It's millions and millions of dollars to make a mold, which makes our industry totally different from any other sport. Other sports like skateboarding, surfing, anything, most people can get the money up to make a surfboard or to make a skateboard deck or parts and pieces. No rollerbladers could do that, which affects the money flow of our industry. It goes into the big skate companies, which only put a portion of that back into our industry. Now, with skate companies, and I gotta give so much respect to 50/50 for starting this such a long time ago. They were the first ones to come up with the concept of the separate systems and really breaking down the skate. So now that kids are coming up with frame systems, boot systems, all these different aspects where you're not gonna have to buy one skate, you're gonna be able to buy pieces and parts, and now the money's going back into the skaters company's hands, and they're not gonna take a portion of that and give it to somewhere else. So the money is gonna directly filter back into all the different businesses that are, now it's splitting up the money, and it's not just going into big companies, it's going to the little ones, and now they're gonna regenerate that back into the industry, which is what we've been waiting for. I mean, it's already happening. People are breaking off from other companies, starting new ones. People are happy because they're doing it, and the skaters are connecting with other business guys, and they're running their own shit, and the money's gonna go right back into the industry, 100%, not 20%, not 15% going back in. It's so much laying the groundwork. I mean, the guys who are pros, you know, the Robert Guerreros, Randy Spizers, the Louis Zamores, the Dustin Latimers, these guys are the new Shane Coburns, Dave Paynes, Lawrence Ingrams, Jeff Darenforth. Guys who are movers and shakers that are now pros, Chris Garrett's, anyone who's doing Angie Walton's, you know, these people who've already been doing it for so long, these other kids have been learning mistakes and pushing their own influence and trying to start their own shit. And that's the kids, and we're all working together. Everyone's supporting each other, which is what needs to be doing. What I wanted you to ask me what my favorite thing was in rollerblading, and that is easy. That's the best job in the world, is be able to hang out with kids from all different backgrounds, whether it be financial, economical, social, like from the poorest kids to the richest kids, to all these different kinds of cultures all together, and kids will skate with kids no matter what, as long as they have rollerblading in common. It's all good. You don't see any of that bigotry in skating, you really don't. Whatever you're involved in, if you feel passionate about it, you'll find others across the world that feel the same way, and you naturally are drawn to each other, and you have connections through a network series of kids who know each other through the internet, through videos, through any way they can to keep in touch with each other. You can go stay at someone's house, you've never met them before, but because you guys skate, it's somehow there's that no weirdness. There's something you don't have to say that automatically you're friends because of skating, which is cool. All right, let's wrap it up. Dave Payne interview, Video Group Video Magazine, established 93, ownership 99. Conclusion of the interview, Taco Mesa, Costa Mesa, Orange County, worldwide. See you later.
Rollerblading itself is tight, man. And it's progressing just over and over and over, time after time, you know, generation after generation. I love it because it's not up in the limelight still, you know? Like, we still the underground, but the underground hype is getting so big that it's gonna blow the scene one of these days. But like with me in rollerblading, I ain't the type of person to be a celebrity, you know? That's probably why I've stayed here for so long, just because I can't hang with fucking people knowing me for something that I do, you know? Like, without knowing me, you know? So like, you get like friends everywhere, you know? And I'm a shy person. I ain't trying to fucking have random people coming up and talking to me, and like, it's kind of weird, you know? I don't know, I ain't trying to get caught up too much by anything, you know, business-wise or anything, because that's all just to get by in this world that we live in, you know? And so I just design shit, man. Basically it. I designed the new thrones and the new Cyruses, and all my game, just give creative input, you know? That's why I'm lucky to even be involved with any companies, because I'm not a company man by any means, you know? And I got lucky just because, I don't know, I guess I could skate and I got some ideas, so people want me involved with their company, so it's cool, you know? We are at King Tut Cafe, where people can get their daily dosage of shisha. Some crazy tobacco, fermented in fruit, flavorful, tasty. Leaves a nice little buzz, relaxes you. They say it's an opiate. Alright, me and Kevin just skated back in the day all the time together, you know. A competition in Tucson where Randy and Brooke were judging. And I won and Kevin got second. We went street skating with them, and they put Kevin on Senate. And they said that they had something for me, and they said medium. This was before medium was even out, you know. Just in time, I got hooked up with that, and it all came together, I guess. But it was different back then, man. You can't come up like that no more. There's just so many kids just skating these days, I don't know. Like, so many kids are so good. Big thing I see with skating, as opposed to anything else, is the reason you do it. Like, you could go skate to show someone up, you could skate to be better than someone else, but if you skate for yourself, you know, that's the only way I can see skating. When there's interferences, you know, and shit gets fucked up, and I see way too many interferences with everybody. Like, it's turning into like almost football, like all this competing, you know, everyone's trying to match my trick. I'm just not in the aspect of competition with humans. Between human to human competition between each other is not a good thing, because it tries to make one person better than another, and I don't believe any two people are better than one another. The competitive nature is in everybody. That's just how we're brought up in this world, man. And with competitive nature, all you're trying to do is show up another person. So you're viewing that person and what they do and seeing only if you can better them. With me, man, like, I'm skating. The only way I could skate good is if I forget everything about sponsorship, money, or anything, like, and just skate, you know, like, just start doing soul grinds and just start vibing and just like build up. And once you get, like, you know how people feel the zone? The zone is when there's lack of thought. You have no thought viewed on anything, I don't know, from your past or from the world or anything. Your attention is only on like what's at hand and the energy going through your body, you know? And with that's all on yourself. There's no competitive nature, no like, none of the bullshits of the world right there. See, that's when people skate well, you know? And that will bring out skating for yourself. And it's all about mind state, man. If you're in your zone and you can stay in that place and you go to like a skate park demo or whatever and you just skate for yourself, you know, you ain't worried about the kids. And it's all gravy. They'll just see you vibing. You know, people feel that, you know? And when kids feel that, that's when they get hyped on skating. But if you go out to skate just to like show kids, you know, oh, I could do this, you know, just watch, you know, hell yeah, support me, buy my shit, I don't know. I really don't know. I never fucking talked about this shit before I actually said any of this shit. It's hard for me to speak. I prefer not to call it rollerblading just because of the preconceived notion of rollerbladers and rollerblade being a brand, you know? What rolling is though, just rolling on wheels, that's it, on your feet, man. You take it wherever you want it to go, you know, but that's what it is, you know? I get my inspiration mostly from myself, dude. Creative thought, if you just don't think of what couldn't be done, then shit comes together, you know? But then again, like from everybody, I watch people do stuff and it jars new ideas, you know? And like, it's a lot different than a normal average life, you know? And that's some life that I could never live. And rollerblading helped me find this, you know what I'm saying? Because like, if I had never rollerbladed, I would have got caught up in all the bullshit just like everybody else. But I got to stay clear and actually see what, you know what I'm saying? But, what were we saying? talking about responsibility for my actions and their actions when I'm out with kids. You can't close your eyes to the fact that you influence kids, and I try to take that in consideration when acting upon a thought or whatever. I don't know what to tell somebody to have up in their mind, you know, representing themselves, that all just comes naturally if they're doing their shit, you know what I'm saying? They skating. If they're feeling skating at the time, they're gonna skate for the kids, and that's what the kids want them to do, you know. And if someone's a cool person, they're gonna be cool to all the kids, you know. That's basically the obligation, just make the kids feel comfortable around you, I suppose, and to sign all the autographs that they want. So, in this I say, I think we're done. I think I said that's all on my mind, or all that V could ask me what's on my mind. Have a nice day.
91. My neighbor gave me skates that didn't fit her kid. I played like roller hockey with them. I thought they were cool. Like I played roller hockey. And I was like, hey man, I could probably jump stairs in these things. So I started like jumping off curbs and stuff, and like I could never figure out how to grind. I didn't know it really existed until I went to the States in probably late 92. We found a skate shop and they were like, here man, it's like a skate video, and I was like, what? People are grinding and shit. Before that I had just been jumping stairs and like skating, like we found a mini ramp and we skated it like just back and forth. Like dropping in was the coolest thing ever. And then I just got involved with it, like way into it. You know, my friends like, you want to ride for Rollerblade Europe? And then like I skated and skated and skated, and it just got intense. And then I moved to the States to finish my senior year of high school. I called Rollerblade Europe and I was like, yeah, I live in California now. They were like, sorry, we can't do anything for you. And I was like, that sucks. So that was my experience with rollerblading. I called everyone, like I called K2 and I was like, yeah, I just want to get some skates. Like all I wanted was a free pair of skates. Razors back then was so gay. You guys know Razors was gay back then. Like, I just called them. I was like, whatever, maybe they'll send me skates. I knew that the impact was coming out. Like it looked cool. So I called him, and John Stein answered the phone, and he was cool. He just sent me a pair of skates. He didn't even ask. Like he was just like, yeah, sure, I'll send you a pair of skates. From then on, I've been on Razors, you know. I moved to Huntington Beach. I met BK and we shot photos. That's all I did, shot photos. I didn't really realize what I was doing. I was just skating, and like BK happened to be there, you know. Like I moved to Escondido, and Box gave me that interview. You know, and I'd already started moving my way up, with Razors, just like helping at the office and stuff. I was getting sick of like Esco because a lot of those guys they're all ravers, and they know it. They're gonna sock me for this one. They started getting all into rave and stuff, and like I was not into that, dude. I just wanted to play my guitar. Shima, like. He's like, I'm moving down, you know, we've been hanging out for a long time, and like, he's like, I'm moving down, just move in with me. So I moved out of Esco, and now I live in Escondido. California's not cool until you find the right spot, you know? Until you find your group of friends. Like, I don't know, man, like, honestly, I haven't gone further than thinking about playing myself on a TV screen, grinding, doing stuff that I know I can't do. We're gonna get a lot of respect from outside of rollerblading. Everything out, like they're gonna look at this game and they're gonna go, oh my god, it's a rollerblading game. Like, you know, what are you talking about? Like, they're gonna put it in. Like, I can see Big Brother or Transworld doing a review on this game, just trying to like mock it, but they're not gonna be able to make fun of the music because it's really fucking good, dude. Like, undeniably good music. Like, John and everyone's favorite artist is in that video game. MTV Crib, this is where the magic happens. You know how they always say that? This is all Razor stuff. Like, what happens is, here, walk back here. Everything's shipped to a big port in Los Angeles. See, we just get big trucks like this that come in from LA.
Full of skates?
Full of skates, see what that is. That's my skates. And my frames are running low. I have this little section here. This is ground control, this is the frames. Like, that's it, dude. Any frame that's ever come through here has been in this shelf. And then my clothing, I get the dark corner of the focus. Those are my sweatshirts and shirts. Goes to here. So the ground control is about, I don't know, it's tiny. At the point that we were at, it was like we had to own it and be involved, you know? Like, we had to be in charge of it. Because it wasn't like fitting our like style, like what we wanted, you know? Like, Brian and I don't dress in white, you know? Like, It just didn't work. Like, we had some issues. We didn't own anything. Me and Brian didn't own anything. And we killed ourselves for that video. And we weren't seeing anything. It got pretty frustrating to the point where we were just like, hey, we're gonna do our own thing because we don't really care about like all that, the rambling, that's what I call it, like it doesn't matter to us. Like, there's not a theory behind skating, we just skate. Like, we didn't want to try to theorize about anything, so. Like, we went through a dip last year. Like, if you look at numbers, it was really bad last year. Everyone thought it was going down, man. And now, like, it started to grow again. And I see when we go to demos, you look at the kids skating there, and there's a gap. There's like a generation gap. There's really young kids, and then there's older kids. Like, everything in between, those are all skateboarders. It's getting really cool again to skate. A lot of little kids have started skating. I need to make small shirts. I never had to make small shirts, but I need to make small shirts now. Like, it's just really cool. A lot of the artsy, like, outcast people skateboarded, you know, in schools, in high school. Like, you were not cool if you skateboarded. Like, the jocks would pick on you and shit. And now, like, a lot of the jocks skateboard. It's like the biggest thing for jocks to carry a skateboard around. And right now, it's not that cool to fucking rollerblade, man. Like, that's not cool. So a lot of the outcasts, a lot of the strange people rollerblade, and it's really cool. That's one thing I like about it. But that's gonna change. I seriously don't think there's anything you can do about it. The best thing is to get involved now, you know? So that you can semi-control things later on. It doesn't get too out of hand. It's more a personality thing nowadays, and that's what our sport lacks. Like, we don't have a lifestyle. Rollerblading, like, rollerbladers, I don't know, you can't, there's no lifestyle to rollerblade. It just hasn't evolved yet. No personality. That's why, like, we need people like Josh Petty. I hear a lot of people talk shit on him, but like, he's a funny motherfucker. But like, he's a person. He's a real person that people can relate to, you know? If you hear someone say something dumb about rollerblading, you call them out on it, you know? We need people like that. We'll be like, hey, what did you say? Like, rollerbladers aren't 14 anymore, dude. Zeekway's that way too, I like that. Zeekway at ASR, some girls walk by the rollerblade team, and they're like, oh, rollerbladers. Or roller skaters or something, right? And Zeekway's like, what did you say? He grabbed me, he's like, that's like calling me nigger. And they were like, walked off. Like, they were gonna cry. He's gonna make them cry. That's the funniest thing ever. We need people like that. And that's it. Like, those should be our leaders. And Sweet Home. Hello? No one's here. This is our garage. This is a 54 Silvertone. This is a 60s Harmony. This one I found at a thrift store. It's also from the 50s. This is my dad's Spanish guitar. It's one from that Rocks interview. Look, this is my Mac. This I did when I was 13. After I took acid. I was a bad kid when I was younger. My dad gave me this one. It's a Junior Navy. It's sick. There's a photo BK took of me. And that one, Keith Wilson, dude. That's the best thing, man. A schedule for your life. That's why being professional is like, oh, it sounds so cool, like, yeah, but dude, it's not that cool because you don't really know what's gonna happen next. Like, great, oh, I'm going to Europe, oh, cool, like, I just went to Australia. Like, it sounds like, oh my God, really? But nah, dude, I don't have a home. It's crazy. You're always on the verge of breaking down. Like, that's why all those people, like, you know, you watch behind, like, VH1 behind the scenes or something, and you're like, they had it made, they were making so much money, like, no, but they were on tour, like 8 months of the year, touring with their band, and they were like abusing their bodies, and like it only lasts a certain long. Like, either you die or you like get ultra religious. It's either you die or you get ultra religious. There's no in between. That's how I see it. Right now I'm heading for death. Once I'm more or less in charge of some things, I'm gonna pick up surfing and maybe get like a beach house or something and just be like, hey guys, and surf and just be like, yeah, and just relax, take yoga classes, learn how to breathe. Like, I don't breathe right. I'm like, I got stressed, dude. I like spaz out. This is my buddy, dude. He's dope. Hey, you special ordered me beer, right? Oh, there it is, there it is. Check that out. See that? Read it. Austria's finest beer.
How clear is it? Look, please, take it.
Prime skunky flavor.
Okay, I first started back in what, like 7th grade. Rob G one day came over with his rollerblades on. They didn't have any liners. He put napkins in so he wouldn't tear up his shins. So I went and got some rollerblades for Christmas like a month later. Started playing hockey, just got into hockey. And then we saw Leo and Mark Biala at Morrell Middle School. And we just thought that was the illest shit we ever seen in our lives. So after that, we just went and got it in aggressive. I started rocking the Bowers, just kind of grew from there. And then when I moved to Texas after that year, I quit for a little while. And then I met Lonnie, who was into aggressive, but really wasn't really that good. So I mean, I was juiced. He was my homie, had someone to skate with, so got him more into it, and it just kind of flourished from there. Just been in love with the sport ever since then. As long as I have my skates on, I'm chilling with my homies. Nothing else matters. The thing is, there's not really any companies or a real huge rollerblade scene in Texas, so it's a lot more pure. People really just put on their skates and just loving what they do. There's no sponsors behind anything. I'm really just for the love of rolling, you know. I've been known to cut a real little rug or two. All right. Whoa! I keep jumping weird on this fucking shit. Yeah. Exposure, all it basically is how many trips you take to California, which is kind of weak. But luckily we have things like Eisenbergs and random filmers around Texas that help get us skaters, you know, a little bit more exposure and get people to come out here more often and, you know, skate some tight shit. Okay. Whew. All right, get juice. Ah! Okay. Damn, that was it. Woo! I thought I had it too. I was like, oh! Ah. Damn. All right. I just gotta get on top of it. I need to go faster. Ah! Oh. I can't close my legs. God. Ooh, yeah, they'll get you. Caught me right in the hamstring. Just like, ooh, that snap. Yeah, it starts there. I don't know, man. I thought it was hot shit till I did that. Now I'm back to square one. I still thought I had that shit. Once I locked on, I fucking was juiced, and then once I skipped that flat and I was just chilling, I was right down the middle of the rail. I was like, oh, can't see me. I was just getting ready to yell out something while I was in the middle of the, I was on the rail. I was like, what? And then also, just out of nowhere, right when I was getting ready to jump off, my foot slipped off the other way and fucking, I hit my grundle right on the thing, and my feet were just dangling on that hoe, and I seriously thought I was bleeding. I thought I really busted some shit. You're running out of things to do. I mean, it's like tech-wise, you have to spin out of everything. So, I mean, skates are getting more, are designed to take whatever we can dish out. So people are doing more higher, bigger gaps, crazier transfers. I mean, just constantly trying to top somebody else. You do something that's completely out of this world, you know, 2 weeks later, some kid does something that you did, and then 540's out of it, you know. So, I mean, you constantly try new things, and I think stunts are just pure just adrenaline rush. It's like you just do something like that and nothing can compare, but nothing compares when you hurt yourself. Since there's so few black skaters, some people, you know, they think just because you're black you're not any good, you know, and it's just totally wrong. It's weak that it's like that, but with a lot of the names coming up, a lot of the popular names are, you know, are black skaters, and that's just paving the way for other ones to come up. It's happening so fast, it's blowing up so rapidly. Before it was like we're just sliding curbs, and look at us now. We're jumping off roofs, and you know, transferring rails and just totally passed up all other sports. I mean, skating is just everything put together, just all the elements, which gives it such a wide variety, which makes it so unique from biking and skateboarding. You shouldn't confine yourself to a skill level. You could be, you know, like the best in the world, but if you like chilling with a person who can barely even do a handrail, you know, you shouldn't not skate with them, you know, you should want to skate with them even more. When it's pure, you could tell, because you just have so much in common with the person than just because they rollerblade, you know? I just loved it. I love that. Okay, first transfer I ever did was this rail, and it's about a year ago. Me and my friend Jay, you know, we thought it'd be a joke. Hey, Jason, come up here and try this transfer. Didn't think that I'd actually try it. Usually when I do a stunt like this, I'll look at it, you know, go back for about a week or so, scout it out, you know, think of what I need to do and what not to do. We came back up here the next weekend, looked at it once, wasted first try. Well, we've gone through pretty rugged, but, you know, fun day. Did a little skating, a lot of hanging out, chilling, showing what I like to do. You know, if you're the young and up and coming skaters, you know, just keep your head up, bite the bullet, and, you know, if you really want it bad enough, things will happen for you.
Alright, yeah, we can do like a diary of MTV, cribs kind of thing. Alright, taking on a little tour. This is our living room. Got the fireplace. Soon to have a fish tank in it. It's gonna be high class. Moving on into the kitchen. Mom hooked it up with a little kitchen table set up. Looking hot. Always gotta keep the dishes clean. Moving on to the master bedroom. Boom. Gotta have the den love. It's where the magic happens. They always say that on cribs, so you gotta say it. This is my favorite part of the house. We live in the ghetto, so we gotta keep it fired up. Got the back porch, the futon. Chill spot when it's raining, snowing. Just come out here, drink, chill, whatever. It's raining right now. There's snow all over the place. We're kind of screwed on the day in the life of, but we're gonna make the best of it. You ready for turf field? There we go, dude. Number one, soaking wet. Look at this shit, dude. You better appreciate this. Started skating like 8 years ago in Jersey with my friend BJ. Didn't really start getting hyped though till probably around 7 years ago. Met Jeff Frederick. Started skating Philly faithfully every weekend. Started chilling outside skating. We've just been friends ever since. Just keep going, skate hard. See what I can do on this ledge. Not busting my ass in the rain. Philly street skating is hectic, man. There's always too many kids out, too many cops trying to chase you, but I mean, I guess it's good there's a lot of kids, but sometimes it's just hard. Spots get more busted, get busted more often. I don't know. I hate talking, dude. I just want to skate. All right, we're gonna teach you young bucks how to go with some handrails. Go fast, lean back, hope for the best. Try not to hit your shin because that hurts a lot. Ah! What was wrong with that? That I came out forward. Can't do a torque, come out forward. Please let me see a 180. 3, 5, 7. See what you got. How trash is that? All right, I guess I'll start from the beginning. I skated for this shop called Skater's Edge back in the day. I met Robert Livanos, and he hooked me up with razors, and I skated for them for a little while, and I started to skate for K2 for a little bit, and then that was just horrible. I started skating for razors again when Mac started working for him, but then me and Andy had our differences. I got no problems with him, it's just we don't think the same way, mainly about Robert Guerrero. I didn't think he was getting paid nearly enough since he's champion of the world. In January, I started skating for Solomon and for Senate. Navron thinks he's my manager. He hooked me up with some nice sponsors. Skating somehow pays my rent, pays my bills. Everything seems to be falling into place. I don't think you really have to live out there anymore to be involved in the industry. I mean, like, look at Frederick, look at Frankie, like, there's people starting to be all over the East Coast, starting to be able to be just as big as the people out in California. I mean, I think you have to have you definitely have to have relations, and you have to be willing to go out there and skate, like, try and get some shit done when you're out there. But I think mainly if you just keep in touch with everyone and, like, skate hard out here on the East Coast, then I think you'll be straight. This is where shit gets hectic. Broad Street. Shit's way high though. I know the first thing I'm doing is falling back in them bushes too. Was just laying in wet. Look at this shit, dude. People get juiced off rollerblading. Like, a lot of people are scared to, like, skate in certain spots that might be like ghetto or whatever. But, like, I don't know, a lot of them see it and, like, they get pumped. They, like, think we're crazy. We think they're crazy, but they think we're even more crazy than they are. It's kind of fun. I think the main problem I have with skateboarders are the ones that suck. Like, the ones that are good, like, they respect what you do. They know what you go through they know you bust your ass every day. And if they see, as long as they see that you're good and you respect what they're doing and they respect what you're doing, like, it all works out. Like, the main problem comes is when there's just random kids that, like, just hold their skateboards, they don't really do shit, like, and they'll just be like, oh, fuck rollerbladers, like, rollerbladers are gay, but, like, they're not doing shit, man. They're just, like, sitting there holding the board. The dope skateboarders, like, if you're out in a session with them, like, at love, whatever, like, we get along, like, they respect what I do. Like, I was trying to, like, I busted my ass fakie 720 in the gap, and, like, they were down with it, dude. They just saw that, like, I was trying to push myself, and, like, I guess that's all they really care about. It's like my mom gets pissed off when I hurt myself. That's like my main problem. Like, she doesn't yell at me for doing anything at all. Like, she always just been supportive, like, whatever I did, like, any choices I made. But when I got to make that call, tell her I'm on the way to the hospital, boy, she gets pissed off. When someone hears I'm a rollerblader, the first question out of their mouth are you in the extreme game? And I mean, like, sometimes you just play along with it. You're like, yeah, I'm extreme, I'm the most extreme dude you know, whatever. But I mean, you just gotta take it for what it is. Like, they don't know any better. Like, it's cool. I've heard the question so much. Like, I used to try to explain that, like, you know, like, I'm a street skater, I don't do the X Games, whatever. But I mean, kids have no clue, like, what you're talking about. Skate skate this hot shit. All right, no warm-ups. Switch alley sole, back door. do this one shit. So it's solo this, and then like, kind of bonk. Oh my God.
We went skating all day after I've been in class all morning. Now it's almost 6 o'clock. I'm going to class again. Right now I'm majoring in journalism and I have a minor in business. Yeah, a lot of people think rollerbladers are like superstars, like rock stars. They see us at like skate parks and all of a sudden they want your autograph. I don't know, they don't realize that it's just like, we're just like them. Like we grew up the same way they did. We were just skaters. We just fucked out, got in a good position. Like now, like we get to travel for free, we get free clothes, it's great, but they don't realize it's a lot of hard work too. Like you're always under pressure to perform. Everyone's expecting you to be up to a certain level of ability, and I don't know, sometimes, some days you're just not feeling it and it doesn't happen, but some days it does and it all works out in the end. A bunch of the videos today and everything, they show like huge joints being smoked, and I don't know, I don't really think it's right to be showing rollerblading. Like, that's not what we're here for. Like, sure, it's a lot of rollerbladers' lifestyles to do it, but kids don't really need to know that. Like, they need somebody to look up to more than they need to see just trying to be cool. Like, they need role models too.
I think style is the main part of rollerblading. Like, rollerblading is so technical, but everything would look so similar if there wasn't style involved. Like, a person could do a soul grind and that'll be the fattest thing I've ever seen. And then somebody will try and do like 540 true Elliott Mizzou, but they're just letting their body go around and they're just like coming out fakey and just not really putting any effort into it. I don't really think that that's what rollerblading is about.
How's it going? I'm Scott.
Oh, I'm in your class.
That's right. Oh, the skater guy.
Yep.
That's right.
That's what I deal with. Oh, the skater guy, yeah. Everyone knows me. Oh yeah, it's rollerbladers. And then like everybody that knows it, like if they see me at a party, they have to tell other people. Yeah. Right now we're at a bar called PJ Henry's. It's up on St. Joe's campus, like 20 minutes away from my house. I'm about to whoop Jackson's ass in pool. You'll see. That's fucking me up, dude. You're fucking up my A game right now. You're fucking up my A game. You got some fucking negative shit. OMAR WYSONG, one of the fucking best skaters I know. All of a sudden he's chilling with some dudes and he's doing negative fish braids and shit. I tell him to stick with the regular shit, man. He's got true top story hours like nobody else has. Look at this ball. He's got so much other shit no one else has. Negative tricks, they don't look good, dude. We need to make rollerblading look good, and it's not gonna happen through negative tricks. Fucking, I didn't play good tonight. Jackson didn't bring his A game.
Shuda, I'll fucking play. I'll beat you when I'm on my F game and you're on your A. I'll still beat you.
He's never been on his A game before. He's never beat me once in his life, and he still tries to talk shit.
Got into rollerblading, used to skateboard first, but then rollerblading looked more fun, so I just started rollerblading. Hooked it up with a pair of Bowers for like 90 bucks. Started skating vert, wanted to be a vert skater at first. Got into the street skating after a while. I saw Arlo on a magazine cover. He was doing an acid. I was like, what the fuck? What's up with that on the ledge? How do you do that? So I started street skating, just curious. I wanted to try the shit, see if it really worked, you know? Man, back in the day, it was just me. Some little kids used to rollerblade, but then I met John Strebel after a few years of skating. he was already hitting rails and shit. He was like the first person I saw hit rails. I knew it was possible then when I saw him do it. I was in 96, maybe 95. The Razors tour came through Ohio Surf and Skate like 99. They just asked me if I wanted to skate for them on the flow team. And I was like, yeah. And then Shane called me, asked me if I wanted to ride for medium. I was like, yeah. And then he called me up one day and he's like, yo, I'm leaving medium to start mind game. You want to come? And I was like, yeah. That's how that started. But Ohio Surf and Skate, no, Ohio Surf and Skate was my first sponsor. Because of them, they hooked me up with everybody basically. Because I didn't know anything, you know. Terry hooked it up. Yeah, he knew him because he always ordered, you know, made orders and shit. So he knew who to talk to. He just told him about me. That's how it all started. I'm not really too into the industry, I guess. That's probably because I'm all the way out here in Ohio. I don't really think about it, really. I just skate, you know. They can run it, I guess run it however they want, man. I guess even make it in skating, man. I mean, if you live in California, it's a whole lot easier to get exposure, to get into films or whatever. I think it's harder out here. You got the winners to deal with. You got, you know, you're far from everybody. You don't have like, you can't just call BK and be like, yo, BK, let's go on a photo shoot, you know. Skaters from out here have more heart, I think, because there are no cameras around most of the time. Just skate. Half the time, nobody even knows you're out here, you know? So, we're about to step foot into Ohio Surf and Skate. It's about the only skate shop in this whole state. It's got a little park in the back. What up, man? The mini ramp, quarter pipes. You got some practice rails. All right, man, I'm gonna try to make a line and talk about the no wheels. All right, I skate freestyle, there's no middle wheels in the middle. Lowers the weight. You don't stick on anything. And it's really good for smooth grinds, quick switch ups. Oh. Damn, dude. I almost had that one. Oh. I never used to like negatives till I learned them. Everybody hates them for some reason, but it's a part of skating, man. Let's go do some real skating. Try to be a perfectionist, but I can never get anything perfect, man. I get frustrated if I gotta do something 1,000 times, then don't do it. I think everybody gets frustrated. Shit pisses me off. I don't know, rollerbladers got more heart, I think, man, because I don't know all the shit that rollerbladers go through just to rollerblade. Skateboarding is like a sport now. It's like a pro sport. It's like they're gonna start having skateboarding at schools now, like varsity skateboarding. Like in the upcoming years, I think rollerblading is going to catch on, because right now it's growing so much, and rollerblading, like, it's catching the eye more because kids are out there doing crazy shit, you know? People are starting to talk, starting to find out about it. It'll take a few years, but soon, man, everybody's going to know about rollerblading. You're always gonna have whack people. That's just a part of the game. But you just gotta balance it out with real people, you know? We gotta be in control of the sport. The rollerbladers do, not these corporate people, man, trying to make money. They don't care about rollerblading. They care about the dollar. That's it. I don't know, I don't think being sponsored is really that important. The important thing is that you have fun skating, and you can use skating as a way of bettering yourself. You know, it doesn't matter if you're sponsored. If you're sponsored, it's all good. If you're not, it's all good. It's for the love. That's what skating's about. You don't skate for your sponsors, you skate for yourself, man. Your sponsors only help you out. You know, some people are given like academics. Some people are given the skill to play basketball. Some people are given size. They can play football and shit, man. But kids like us, we're given skating, dude. Skating is what God gave us, man. Gave us one thing in this world, skating. Anybody who skates should realize that, man. That's the one thing we all got in common, man. We all should get along, you know, and not fucking be against each other. We're all just one of a kind, man. One of a small kind in this world. We should all just get together, man. Make this shit tight. Rollerblading is a sport. Rollerblading is art. Rollerblading is love, man. Just fucking doing what you love to do. It's about expression, dedication, motivation. You know, just progression, man. Just a way of bettering yourself. That's what rollerblading is. It's a way to better yourself and have fun. That's what it is.
So here I am at my computer. See, I already did my little morning routine, which is basically getting up, making coffee and eating toast and reading the newspaper. Quite often I'll meditate, and now I'm checking my email. Let's see, all my books. I kind of have a system here. This is more like a fiction, this part, but it's also non-fiction. But this is all my philosophy, and there's also philosophy up here. This is my favorite section, dude, because this is like all my philosophy. I just got this book, History of Philosophy in America. It's the new Oxford. I'm really into Bertrand Russell. I'm trying to learn about the philosophy of logic, because I'm interested in that. Henry David Thoreau, it's Walden and Civil Disobedience. They're just like famous. You know, I don't really know what it's about. I just heard so many good things. I was like, I gotta read it. You know, it's like one of those books that an educated guy should read. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Plato's Republic, you gotta read that. You know, this is all just stuff I try to read. Coming soon. Let's see, what do I gotta do? I broke a string on my guitar. I need guitar strings. I gotta get some groceries sometime today. Gotta skate a little bit. For the most part, I've been real busy with school. I've been working at this place called Dumoulin. I'm working with mentally disabled adults. We're like teaching them to become independent, you know, to go out in the society and live on their own without any assistance. I went to Woodward for 3 weeks. Been making music, mostly just studying and stuff. And when did I start skating? When I was in 6th grade. So I was like 11, I think. Now I'm 21. So it's been like 9.5 years. I just started skating like everyone else, kind of, you know, like jumping stairs. Didn't really grind because we didn't really have that idea. Then like I moved across town and the skate park opened up in this apple orchard and we started skating there, Santa Rosa Skate Park. You know, just kind of been skating there ever since. And I kind of like paid for myself to travel. That's how I got out there, you know. Got in the magazines and stuff. You know, Robin Collins used to always talk about Dave Payne because he came up to film 18 Days. And then I finally met him, I think in like Rhode Island or something. That's when he suggested that he'd do a mini view on me for VG6. But soon after that, I started doing stuff with Solomon. Before they had a skate out, they wanted people to help them like make the skate. The very first people were me, Mike Burke, Chris Mitchell, and then Feinberg came to help. And then when they finally had the skate developed, we were on the team. After you get hooked up, it's kind of like you're in the door, and you know, you just, as long as you're skating good, there's places to go and things to do. You can kind of standardize rollerblading in that, you know, there's so many tricks, and it's not really necessary that everyone has their own style, because, you know, there's this this pool of tricks everyone can pick from. And so in a competition, you can take those tricks and do whatever you want, and it doesn't really matter like what your style is or anything. The other way to look at it is that like skating is more of an art form, and like everyone has their own style, and there's no way to, you can't even really judge it, you know? It's not judgeable because it's just their own art or whatever. So, I mean, if you look at it the first way, competition is really like a natural thing to do with skating in such it's, you know, in the way that it's a sport. But, I mean, in the way that it's an art, competition looks kind of ridiculous. I'm just talking about, like, you don't go say, oh, Jackson Pollock is way better than Jean-Michel Basquiat. You know, he surpasses it. You can't say that, dude. Like, they're different, and that's the bottom line. I mean, you might prefer Pollock over Basquiat, but it's like, it's arbitrary. There's no standard. It's art. And I think you can look at skating in the same way. People want to do what's cool, you know? Like, it's all about what's cool. And then the thing that's not cool one day is cool the next day. There's always going to be trends in rollerblading, okay? But I don't know if rollerblading is going to be always trendy. You know, it's not trendy. It's not trendy to rollerblade, all right? There's definitely trends in rollerblading. It kind of thrives off it. It actually progresses the sport. If you make one thing trendy, more people do it. And the more that people do a trendy trick, the more that idea or whatever in skating is gonna be progressed. It's gonna be better. Like I want to see wheelies get trendy because people will start doing like things that you've never even thought of with skates. You know what I mean? Like when something gets trendy, skating gets better because more people do it and more people make it better. It might be trendy to do a budget switch up or whatever, but like, dude, it's advancing the sport. Like, you can't say it's a bad thing. Trends are good, dude, but you know, it's not necessary that one follows the trends every day, every moment. But it is necessary for skating that trends are followed. What are you in rollerblading for? Like, people need to make a living, you know? People need to make money, dude. If rollerblading can become something really huge and like people can make their living off of it, it's probably a good thing. I gotta think about what I'm saying, dude. I can't see that being a bad thing, you know? It'll just make the sport better and bigger. More people will do it. It might fall in trendiness after a while, or in popularity, but it won't die. It'll be farther from dying if it gets really popular. Who knows? It might just get really popular and then just die, dude. They run. We just skated at the Novato skate park, and now I think we're gonna go to Mill Valley. That sounds good. Mill Valley's tight, and it's a cool place to chill. Maybe we can play some chess. I quit doing a lot of traveling with skating because I wanted to go to school. My parents were like splitting up and like going to different houses and stuff. I think I'm like happier at school and doing skating, you know, for fun and on the side. I don't know, you know, there's just always ups and downs with things you do. With skating professional, I guess there can be times when you feel pressured to like skate and maybe you really don't want to or something. You can deal with it in different ways. The one thing that did get annoying was just like, every time you go out, it's like you're filming or taking photos, you know? It's like, you know, that just gets lame. It's like, you just want to like, just go out and just like not you know, like smash your camera or something. It is good because if you're skating really well, then you should film and let people know what you're doing, you know. It can get to be too much. For me now, skating's more fun because like when I go out, it's like I don't skate a whole lot, you know, but when I go, it's really fun. It's not like this tedious traveling and touring, you know, constantly skating. It's like, you know, I just do what I have to do, like go to work and go to school and skate when I feel like I want to skate. And when I go out to skate, it's much better. More like skating for myself and not really trying to impress or not even really trying to push the sport much, just trying to roll, you know. Hello.
So glad you're here. You look so pretty.
This is my very beautiful girlfriend, and she's at work right now. Hannah, it's Hannah. Thank you, sir. That's a pretty normal day, I guess. You know, a little skating, a little this, a little that. I guess that's it, man. I guess I'll see you guys later. Yeah. Check out the Mellow Minds music and check out Artifact.
My baseball gloves. Down at the park with my friends all afternoon. My brother's at bat wearing his hat. The sun is shining and we're all stupid.